Hello, thank you so much for joining with me. We are reading from A Course in Miracles, Part 2 of the workbook for students, Section 7, What is the Holy Spirit? Lesson 287, You are my goal, my Father, only you. Where would I go but heaven? What could be a substitute for happiness? What gift could I prefer before the peace of God? What treasure would I seek and find and keep that I can compare with my identity? And would I rather live with fear than love? You are my goal, my Father. What but you could I desire to have? What way but that which leads to you could I desire to walk? And what, except the memory of you, could signify to me the end of dreams and futile substitutions for the truth? You are my only goal. Your Son would be as you created him. What way but this could I expect to recognize myself and be at one with my identity? And now I will read the commentary by Alan Watson and Robert Perry. You are my goal, my Father, only you. This is commentary by Alan Watson. This lesson comes from a very high place. It is something that would be spoken by a person ready to live in the real world. A prayer from the heart of Christ within me. It is the heartfelt thoughts of Christ expressed in words. It is the mindset that I seek to listen to all the time. And so it is true of me. I can speak these words with honesty, even though I know that often I listen to the ego, which has every other goal but God. If I feel today that I cannot say with simple honesty, You are my goal, my Father, only you, then let me look with honesty and without fear on what other goals I still cherish. Let me ask myself, what could be a substitute for happiness? What gift could I prefer before the peace of God? Any such other goal is obviously a foolish one. Any goal that distracts me from the peace of God is unworthy of me. If I have another goal, if I cannot say only you, then I am desiring to go someplace other than heaven. I am looking for a substitute for happiness. I am seeking something which I think is preferable to the peace of God. I am looking to find and keep something which I think is better than my own identity. I am choosing to live with fear rather than with love. It really is that simple. In the Course, Jesus assures me that it is not shameful to recognize these things about myself. Recognizing my false goals is the beginning of wisdom. All that is needful is for me to recognize what I am doing, what other goals I am choosing, and the power of those things will simply fall away. Pretending to love only God while secretly holding on to other goals is a sure guarantee of failure and unhappiness. Honest recognition of those other goals and of my responsibility in choosing them is the sure way of release. And now I will lead us into meditation. If you'd like to close your eyes and join me. You are my goal, my Father, only you. You are my goal, my Father. What but you could I desire to have? What way but that which leads me to you could I desire to walk? And what, except the memory of you, could signify to me the end of dreams and futile substitutions for the truth? You are my only goal. Your Son would be as you created him. What way but this could I expect to recognize myself and be at one with my identity. You are my goal, my Father, only you. Thank you so much for joining with me in the meditation for today. Please read What is the Holy Spirit section in its entirety today. We will read part 7 of Alan Watson's commentary, which is paragraph 4, sentence 1. From knowledge where he has been placed by God, the Holy Spirit calls to you to let forgiveness rest upon your dreams and be restored to sanity and peace of mind. The Holy Spirit has been placed in knowledge by God. Knowledge is not a place but a condition, a state of knowingness. The Holy Spirit knows the truth. He knows reality. He knows our real being, what and who we really are. On the one side, he is firmly linked with God, knowledge and reality. From that place of knowingness, he calls to us within our dreams. On the other side, he is linked firmly with us. He is aware of our dreams, aware of what and who we think we are, as well as knowing what and who we really are. He is perfectly equipped to lead us out from those dreams and into the truth of full sanity. If we listen, we can hear him calling. We can become aware of something within ourselves, moving us to let forgiveness rest upon our dreams. The discipline of workbook practice is teaching us, if we are doing the exercises, to listen to that voice, to respond to that inner urging. Gradually, we are becoming more and more aware of the times we are dreaming. Gradually, we become aware we are dreaming most of the time. We can let forgiveness rest on our dreams by bringing them to the Holy Spirit and asking for his perception to replace our dreams. This is the way to sanity. This is the way to peace of mind. In chapter 5, the first chapter in the text, which strongly presents the Holy Spirit in his place in our return to God, he is often referred to as the call. He is called the call to atonement, the call to return, the call to joy, the call to awaken and be glad, and the call for God. This call is something within our own minds. Something is drawing us home. If you are reading the Course, you have felt that call and responded to it. We can dissociate that call and block it from our awareness, or we can deliberately turn our attention to it and listen. He always calls us to forgiveness, both to forgive and to be forgiven. His goal is the end of guilt. He speaks to us always of innocence. He seeks to turn us from the way of fear to the way of love. If we give him our full attention, he will safely guide us home. He knows the way. Thank you so much for joining with me for lesson 287. You are my goal, my Father. Only you. I love you. Thank you for joining.